Yes Have Some Podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations. Our good friend Mike Nelson has been making these incredible Ghostbusters props for a very long time. We've been talking about it for a long time. In fact, if you've been paying attention, you would know that I just got my brand new Proton Pack delivered to me at DragonCon. There's a video up on YouTube. You can see the pictures on Instagram. It is a one-of-a-kind. I'm telling you, this is the best Proton Pack I've ever owned. It's the best Proton Pack I'm ever going to own. And Mike was super cool. He was very communicative. He talked to me. He asked me questions. I personally had the best experience I've ever had getting a prop built for me because let's face it, these things are special. There's a lot of detail. We're picky, us collectors, us movie fans. We want the good stuff, and Carnivorous Creations delivers. Now, he not only does Ghostbusters Proton Packs and Proton Pack parts, he's getting into Ninja Turtles weapons coming later this year. He's got amazing prop displays, custom displays for your prop replicas. These things are huge. It's hard sometimes. You don't know even how to put it on a shelf. Mike at Carnivorous Creations is going to help you get your collection where you need it to be. So, check out carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You can also find them at Carnivorous Creations on Instagram and Facebook. Tell them Yes Have Some Podcast sent you and get yourself into a brand new Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
I don't want to grow up bomb. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing the PS7.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Bomber, neutron blaster, and water zapper, each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some Podcast.
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yes Have Some Podcast. It's the first time I'm saying that this evening, guaranteed. My name is Craig Goldberg. Thank you so much for joining us. I think it's like episode 185. I'm trying to get away from these episode numbers.
Yeah.
Trying to put them in the past.
You say you're trying to get away from them, but you're the only one who keeps bringing them up.
Then I keep saying them. Yeah.
Yeah. No numbers in 2020.
It's like how
it's like the Oscars. It doesn't really matter at any fucking reason, but for some reason people won't shut up about them.
It matters. We're going to talk about that. But before we go down any of those dusty trails, I want to introduce my co-hosts.
Yeah, are we starting over again?
I'm having trouble tonight. Holy shit. Abigail Gardner, how are you?
I'm good. I'm adjusting to our new fancy equipment.
Oh, it's so fancy.
It's so new.
Yeah, it's fine. Our last microphone situation kind of crapped out on us, so it was time to do some upgrades. That is fine.
I've got my own microphone now.
There you go.
So cool.
We're almost like real podcasters. Almost. We're getting khakis next.
We're getting the khakis. Jake, how are you?
Thank you. That's
You're
what I was trying
welcome.
to get
That's
at.
what we're trying to get to.
I was trying to ask Jake how he
The
was
world
doing.
is waiting to find out how Jake is doing.
They really
I
are.
mean, I'm great, but I'm a little scared to tell you guys that, like, are these microphones new for real?
Yeah.
These are
It
new.
doesn't sound like it.
Well,
Oh, judgmental Jake doesn't like our new microphone.
judgmental Jake.
It's not me. Maybe it's cheap Craig sprung for the cheap microphones.
Guys, I was a 2-pack. They were $8.
Jake talked to Troy. So let's blame Troy.
Let's play.
Got them from Walgreens.
Walmart? No, man. No, not even Walgreens, but
Off-brand.
like the the Eckards or Eckerd.
Echoes.
I don't know. Well, listen, everybody, welcome to the show. We are very excited to be here with you, and we hope that you're excited to be here with us. What a week we've been having. The Oscar nominations are out. Jake doesn't care about them. I do. Abby, what do you feel?
I mean, I'm gonna watch them, but I there's a lot of Joker going on with those nominations, and yeah, it's just like Jake was saying. It's I don't know who decides that stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I really respect it that much. I don't always agree with the nominations, so I'll watch it. It's fun to talk about, but my investment level's pretty low.
So I haven't seen Uncut Gems yet, but a lot of people are bummed that didn't get nominated for anything. And Somebody was like, hey, I bet Uncut Gems would have been getting tons of Oscar nominations if they would have just called it Riddler.
Jesus.
But then I was like, wait a minute, is that even funny? Because does he do Riddler-like things in that movie? Jake, you saw that movie.
I did see it, yeah. I'm not among the people who thinks it got snubbed. I feel like there's this thing where when a serious actor or when a comedic actor does like a serious role kind of out of nowhere, people want to, whether the role is, so first of all, Adam Sandler is perfectly good in this movie. Like, he's fine. The movie's good. It's fine. But it's not like a groundbreaking. Just because Adam Sandler is not being silly doesn't mean it deserves an Oscar. But also, I just can't speak to like award shows are all bullshit. They're all 100% bullshit, all of them. So I can't like even speak to what should be nominated and what shouldn't, because the Oscars is just like industry people jerking off other industry people. Like that's what it is. You know,
I long to be an industry person who jerks off and gets jerked off by other industry people.
That's fine. That's fine.
I get it. I understand the circle jerk, but I like to watch award shows because, similar to Craig, I like to see like celebrities that wouldn't normally be together on stage together and audience together. And
I like that. It's
exciting.
like, whoa, look, Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Aniston. No, you don't normally see that. That's fun. Hey, can I read off the list of Best Picture nominees at least?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, what's going on over there?
These headphones are. I'm just getting used to them.
Abby's having an adjustment period.
I gotta do an adjustment period.
All right, I'm going to read the list here. I think we've seen some of these, and then we'll talk. We'll react to the list. All right, Ford versus Ferrari. None of us saw that, right?
Didn't see it.
It's about cars.
Cool.
Henry Ford, Frank Ferrari. I know so much about cars.
Frank Ferrari.
I'm better without my headphones on.
Henry Ford. Yes, the Ford versus Ferrari takes place in 1908.
Cool. I love a period piece.
The Irishman.
Nah.
Loved it.
It's all right.
A lot of silence here. Jojo Rabbit. Have not seen. I hear really good things. Taika Waititi directed that. Jake, have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really good at having a movie podcast.
Yeah, I remember when we first started, I was like, cool, I'm going to like review every movie that comes out. But, you know, then Wonder Woman came out. I was like, oh, let's not talk about that.
Holy shit. Already did. All right. Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which I don't want to call you out. Have you changed? You were on my side with Joker for a while.
I have to rewatch it. And I know that we bought it. You bought it pretty recently. Like, it just came out this past week. So I want to finish watching it and see what I think. But I remember respecting it as a film once it was over, but the reasons that you like it, like whether or not, like I know you wanted to go back and rewatch it because you wanted to figure out what parts of the movie really happened and what didn't. Like, that stuff doesn't really drive me crazy and make me want to see it. And it was kind of a heavy, depressing movie, so that in and of itself is why I probably won't go back for a quick rewatch.
All right.
Yeah, maybe at some point I'll let you know how I feel.
Little Women.
I want to see that.
I haven't seen that.
I read the book.
Marriage Story.
Loved
it.
Yeah,
that was pretty great.
Real good.
1917. Haven't seen that.
Again, war-related stuff I don't think Jake or I are into.
I'd rather go to war than to watch that movie.
I grew up being forced to watch a lot of like old black and white war movies, and I just don't. I can't. It's not my thing.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
Loved it.
Top 10 of the decade.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to know what our top 10 movies of the decade are, listen to last week's episode. Also, thank you to everybody in Yes Have Some Group Therapy who contributed with their top 10 lists.
Yep.
Although Jake had to call some people out for giving their top 10 of all time.
That's a different post.
That's a different post?
I get it.
Some guy was like,
sometimes you don't read the instructions.
He was like, here's my top 10. Empire Strikes Back, The Exorcist. I was like, what?
Tommy Boy. That's just my personal top 10.
And then Parasite, which I've heard really great things about, but again, have not seen that. Jake, have you seen Parasite?
I haven't seen most of the movies on this list. And some of the movies I do still want to see. Parasite just came out to where it's available to rent. It wasn't in theaters around me, so I wasn't able to see it. I think it came out today. Like,
yeah.
for renting purposes. So that is going to be the next movie I watch. But
it's a foreign film. It's a Korean film, and I've heard it compared to Get Out. It's kind of has like a horror vibe.
Oh, I'm in.
And HBO is adapting it for a series.
Sick.
So there's your Parasite news. Should we start a Parasite podcast? It'd be way easier.
It'd be a lot smaller.
Yeah, well, we can talk about the time. I had a Parasite once, you know.
You did?
Did you? What kind?
Well, no, I just think it would be interesting if I did, but I didn't.
I have a cousin who did.
You know what we're gonna have?
I have this issue with Oscar movies a lot of the times, and like I haven't seen the majority of these movies. I saw a few, but there's this like ongoing thing with Oscar movies where it's like it seems that they're always safe, predictable, artsy. It's like the choices. Well, of course, it's going to be the fucking war movie and you know what I mean? Like the movies always seem like pretentious choices. I'm like, there's better movies out there, but the way Oscar movies are picked is I have an issue with the whole thing, you know, like even when is it the Golden? I don't know if it's the Golden Globes or one of those award shows. You have to be like a member of the Screen Actors Guild to even be considered.
None of us are getting nominated.
And I think like Quentin Tarantino's not a part of that. So it's like, how are you not gonna, you know, you're gonna talk about the best movies of the year and not talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Like award shows are just they're like fundamentally they don't work. Like it's just
kind of a corrupt system.
Yeah, it 100% is. It's a corrupt system. It's not. It is just like it is the equivalent. I don't understand how people who can complain about Rotten Tomatoes and about how their scoring system is can be like, yeah, well, this movie won the best Oscar, because it's the same concept. You know, it's like the same fucking thing.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I fundamentally disagree with everything you're saying. I love the Oscars, and how else are you going to know which movies to like if you don't have the Oscars? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Listen to us talk about the good movies.
Well, here's the thing. Let's put a bow on this. Unfortunately, the Disney and Marvel and Robert Downey Jr. did not campaign for anything for him.
Exactly. That's another thing. Why do you have to the fact that you have to make your own case for that's too political of a system for.
Because I do agree.
It should just be acknowledged.
I think that Robert Downey Jr.'s turn as Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame is at least worthy of a Best Actor nomination.
Yeah.
I've said it and I mean it. Hey, Endgame's great. That's my best picture of the year. Is it? Afterlife.
That was pretty.
That's next year. Avengers Afterlife. If they don't win, just give them.
Speaking of Afterlife, that's actually something that's on our lineup.
Yeah. We're way off topic.
This is Oscar talk.
Have you guys? Before we get on that, make sure that you're following McKenna Grace, star of Ghostbusters Afterlife, on
I'm
Instagram.
following her.
She's great. She's gonna be a movie star, man. I mean, she already is. But she's
but you get those like spectacular vibes that she's going to ascend to like really high levels.
Yeah, she's great.
Scarlett Johansson level.
You know, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy level fame.
Melissa McCartney. I'm just making up names. Jillian McCartney. I did want to talk about this. So we're going to talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife here in a moment. Did either of you happen to catch the Ghostbusters Interdimensional Cross Rip this week? They're back. Troy and Chris are back.
We're back.
But the episode,
did not.
The episode just dropped. Troy was talking about the gift he got from his parents.
I did see a picture of this because I made you show it to me after you told me about it.
This is funny. Basically, Troy Benjamin, his parents went on I'm going to retell their story from the podcast, but it's worth it. I want it because I need Jake's reaction. His parents went on a trip to Mexico. I guess he's got those kinds of parents that like stay together and still like have a good life together. It's
like
very
enter contests?
It's very interesting. They enter contests? What was that?
You said they won a trip.
I didn't say they won a trip.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Troy Benjamin's parents won a trip to Mexico.
That was just an interesting detail that I added.
And then you made that up. They bought him a Ghostbusters shirt while they were there. And Jake, I'm going to send it to you so you can review the shirt with me as well.
I'm getting it right now.
Thank you. Will you? I think it's on Twitter. So basically, they bought him, and it's like one of those bootleg shirts kind of deals, where it's like, it's the kind of shirt that you normally see pop up on like a Facebook ad, like where it's clearly not an officially licensed shirt. Jake, I'm texting it to you right now. So they talked about the shirt, and Troy kind of talked about how like at first he was kind of bummed because he was like, man, I don't know, this is not the kind of thing I really want to wear. But like upon further inspection, he realized it's the greatest shirt of all time. So Jake, I just sent you the picture. So I sent it to both of you.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing over there?
Scrolling through the group chat. It's taking me forever.
We're telling Troy's stories.
All
We
right.
need content, so we tell other people's.
Got it.
But anyways, so if you look at this shirt, it's got the Ghostbusters logo with Bill, Dan, and Ernie, or Bill, Dan, and Harold. I mean, it says 35th anniversary, 1984 to 2019, and then it's got some signatures. The signatures that it has are Bill Murray, Aykroyd, Peter Venkman, which upon further research, because Troy didn't know whose signature that was because it's not Peter Venkman's. I did some research today. It's Peter Schaefer, award-winning playwright. They just got it off the internet. And then the other two, it's Raymond Stantz. And then Egon Spangler with clearly Ernie Hudson's.
With Ernie Hudson's autograph.
Yeah. I like that Dan Aykroyd is just like a one-name guy now, like Britney.
You got Cher, Madonna,
Aykroyd.
But I just wanted to say congratulations to Troy because that's a pretty incredible shirt, and I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah, I'm very jealous. I like bootleg stuff.
Yeah,
a lot.
That's as bootleg as you get.
Raymond Satanzi. I'm surprised his autograph is not on there.
I know, and even though Ernie Hudson's signature is on there, they still managed to leave off Winston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 names. Bill Murray.
They
Aykroyd.
added everybody else to that shit, but they couldn't have Ernie Hudson on there. God damn it.
Okay, cool. So congratulations. Welcome back to the cross strip. Let's talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife. We have a 2020 fuck budget coming up here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to, I don't know. I looked at the calendar and I realized something, guys. We are at the 1-year anniversary of the announcement of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, we did not know it was called Ghostbusters Afterlife, but 1 year ago today, listening to this, is EW putting up that article with Jason Reitman, going to direct a new Ghostbusters movie, and then that teaser trailer came out the next day. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys. I think this is a good way to set the stage for 2020 as we start anticipating what is sure to be one of the craziest years of our lives. Jake, I'm going to throw to you. A year later, knowing what we know now, you went through FanFest. You met Jason. You met the man.
Survived.
You survived. We need to make I Survived Ghostbusters FanFest shirts.
The making of Ghostbusters FanFest.
I survived a Ghostbusters FanFest shirt, and then on the back put the only shirt to be available from Ghostbusters FanFest.
Oh my god!
And then on the sleeves it says "I'm aware."
I made the shirt myself.
And then on the other sleeve it's Peter Venkman's signature by Peter Schaefer.
And on the collar it says "Remove the chair."
But I just wanted to throw you guys I just want to throw both of you. I just want to see where everybody's heads are at because there hasn't been a whole lot of news in the past couple weeks. There was that image that was released from the USA Today article, kind of a different angle of the gunner seat, but nothing we really haven't seen. So 1 year later, Jake, tell me your thoughts and feelings.
So I mean, first of all, I feel like I'm kind of in a calm right now.
Okay.
Like the trailer came out, the not the teaser, but the last trailer we got, the full trailer. It came out and it was ridiculous, and I watched it over and over every day for probably the next week or two. But then the pictures, we kind of everything kind of calmed down. Like our group chat was really crazy with just like speculation and thoughts and ideas. But it's kind of, to me, I'm starting to kind of calm down a little bit, and it's as if I'm waiting for the next. Like I know there's going to be some more stuff coming, so it's kind of like I'm ready for it. But as far as like how it's different than a year ago, when that teaser came out, that first little teaser, it was amazing, and it was exciting, and it was like a new, it was like a new jump for the franchise and for the community and everything. But also, we knew that was filmed specifically for that. The movie hadn't been like filming yet. We didn't know anything about it. We don't know any casting. To me, you're still at a point, even though you have like a teaser there, it's like, it's not a real teaser. This is not footage
With
shot
actors.
specifically for them. It's shot for the movie, but like, this is just shot specifically to show us that there's something coming. It almost feels like it could still fall apart in your head. You're like, yeah, remember that time there was a fake teaser for Ghostbusters and it never went anywhere. It's like you can kind of.
Well, as Ghostbusters fans, we've been trained for 25 years to not believe anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. It's like you see that, and because well, the movie's not actually filming yet. It's not. There's no casting. It still doesn't quite feel real.
I never talked about it, but like, remember, like the movie was supposed to start filming like middle of June, and they pushed it back like 2 weeks. When that happened, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, not again. PTSD
It's
is
over.
what we're talking about.
It's over.
Yeah. It triggers traumatic events from the past of either the thing that they're planning and announcing being canceled, or something coming out that we didn't really want to see, and having to deal with that. But yeah, I was going to echo what you're saying. It feels like the calm before the 50-year storm or something like that. Like it's a big event coming up. But right now, with having just seen Rise of Skywalker and having just done our top 10 movies of the last decade, my mind hasn't really been on Ghostbusters as much as maybe it should be. But right now, as I'm sitting in the toy room looking at all of our Ghostbusters memorabilia and action figures and thinking back on the moments of the trailer, I'm excited. And I was watching McKenna Grace's stories too. And she's just a really sweet, wonderful, funny, talented person. I'm really excited to have her attached to this new Ghostbusters movie, to have her and Finn Wolfhard. I'm excited to see Jason Reitman's like idea for all this. And I'm just so obsessed with and into him and his stuff. And I'm just really excited to see this. I feel the calm that's probably coming from confidence in the film.
Yeah, it's funny when you look back. We did right after the teaser trailer came out, we did kind of a State of the Ghostbusters reaction show where we kind of put our heads together. And that was before we really knew much about the movie. All we knew was it was going to be in the original universe. We had seen the teaser, and then that news came out that they were going to be maybe casting teenagers. But that was still kind of like, is that real? Is that not real? But over the months that followed leading up to like FanFest, we started getting the confirmations of Finn Wolfhard and Carrie Coon and McKenna Grace, and then of course Paul Rudd. And then you kind of started hearing whispers of the original cast probably might be involved. And it felt like a very, we follow these big budget movies so closely, and it felt like, remember when Answer the Call started filming, it was like, boom, here's the proton packs, here's the suits, here. Like it felt like they were really trying to build that hype because I guess they thought they were going to need it. But this time around, it felt more like,
don't show your cards because you know it's a good hand.
Keeping it quiet, keeping it secret. And I remember before we watched that first trailer when it came out a couple months ago, right before it started, thinking, I have no idea what this is going to be. Like we'd seen those teaser images a couple days before with like Paul Rudd with the ghost trap and stuff.
Yeah.
And we knew the ecto.
We knew it would be about families, so we'd kind of extrapolated and thought about what it would look like, but I had no idea.
Yeah, but it felt like, it just felt so new and different. And everything about this buildup has felt like, I think Jake used the best word. I think calm is the best way to describe it. Now, in 2 months, if they put out another trailer and they reveal, Peter Venkman or something, like I don't think that calm is going to be there as much. It's going to be like running around the house, like jamming your head through windows and stuff. Like
that's when the rest of the world will catch on to it and have a little piece of it. Because right now it kind of still feels like, I know the trailer's out, but it still feels like a little bit more personal because not everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, and it's weird. There's a lot of lists coming out, like most anticipated movies of next year, and it's on the list, but it kind of, I feel like there's this sentiment of people, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about. there's some people going, hey, this is a home run. It's Paul Rudd. You got the original cast coming back. It's Ghostbusters. Everybody loves Ghostbusters. There's no way that this can't be just a knock out of the park kind of situation. But there are some people, and I don't want to just disagree or not understand where they're coming from, but there are people who are like, hey, this is another 80s franchise that could fall into franchise fatigue, like Terminator or like Alien or like Predator or so on, where you
like each time you revive it, there's a little bit less life in it.
Well, that, but just the fact that Terminator just bombed in theaters, and that was a movie that people thought, well, we're going back to the beginning. We're bringing back Linda Hamilton. I don't know if that's even a fair comparison, but I kind of want to know what you guys think.
I mean, it's kind of like, if you think about it, as you were talking about that, about the 80 franchise bringing it back and how some people don't like that, you know, what it reminds me of is what popped in my head was, you know, it's not some species that was obliterated by deforestation or a building of a dam. Ghostbusters had its shot and nature selected it.
God, Jake, this is why.
And it's like, you can't, I can understand that, you know, I can understand people saying like, hey, that was done. You're forcing it. That, I think that's the word. It may feel forced to some people. Mm-hmm. And I think 2016 was forced, and this doesn't feel forced. Where Terminator, Dark Fate is full of, like, you know, Linda Hamilton, whether she can act or not, and having to force reasons for the T-1000 to still be there, and, you know, just like
almost
that.
Human.
That is the definition of forced.
Yeah,
almost human. Sorry.
Like when you're trying to just 100% recreate the last film that was good, that is what
because you have a lack of inspiration, I assume, at that point. If you're just recreating something, then you don't have like an actual nugget or a kernel of like a real story or thought. And I think Jason Reitman has that idea. I think it moved his father, and I think it moved everybody else at Sony Ghost Corps who heard the idea for the script. I'm feeling like, yeah, there's something to be told here that's been thought out. It's not just going to be like, oh, we just have to redo the last thing that was done, which is very common.
Yeah. I mean, I get, it's easy to be cynical. It's easy to throw it into the basket of, this is just another cash-in rehash of a franchise that's past its prime. But I haven't felt that way about this at all. Jason Reitman's a very serious filmmaker, and I just don't think he would go down this road unless he thought he had a story to tell. And no matter what, like, I think at worst, this is a movie that does pretty well in the box office, but the fans are going to just completely adore.
Yeah.
And that would, I want it to be the biggest movie of the summer. I want it to be like, whoa, Ghostbusters made $400 million, and yeah, I want
Jurassic
it to,
World.
Yeah, I want it to be that, but it still feels like uncharted waters, because I still think 2016 Answer the Call, just, it wasn't a good test of the marketplace. It just wasn't. It's kind of like RoboCop to a certain extent, where they're going to make a new RoboCop movie. Does anybody really want a new RoboCop movie? Maybe, maybe not. The last one was kind of just a crappy remake, and that's not really a good test if that's still a viable property, because it's not executed in a manner that really, it's not like the last RoboCop movie came out and was like, well, that was actually really good, and people just didn't go. So right. I think with Ghostbusters, it's kind of in this unique place, and we've talked about this so much. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. Like, next Ghostbusters could do amazing and the new Top Gun could bomb, or vice versa. Top Gun could be the biggest movie of the summer. Nobody could give a fuck about Ghostbusters. What we have going for us right now is that
Finn Wolfhard.
Yes, Finn Wolfhard. You're opening the door to audiences. We talked a lot about the Stranger Things vibes and all that stuff, and whether or not that's fair.
You're opening the door up to parents taking their kids to see a movie because they know their kids are invested in like the cast and the look of the film. But then, as a adult who grew up with Ghostbusters or loves it as much as we do, you want to introduce that to your kid.
I still have this feeling that there's a confidence at Sony and Ghost Corps where you put up that first still frame of Bill Murray in a flight suit, and it's almost like, who's not going to go see that? It's fucking Bill Murray back in a Ghostbusters movie. Like, it almost feels like a can't miss. But I'm still stressed because I have what Abby talked about earlier. I have PTSD from 2016 because I thought, I remember being very gung-ho and like, you know what? This is new. It's different. This is going to reinvigorate the franchise. And it didn't. And I was wrong. I don't want to be wrong again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Jake, I want to know if you think there's going to be an Alanis Morissette track in the Ghostbusters movie.
Oh.
And if so, how are you going to react in the theater?
I don't think so, but I hope so.
Yeah.
Why do you ask that?
Because Jason Reitman was at the Jagged Little Pill.
Oh. You know the connection, though.
Broadway. No. Oh, because Diablo Cody worked on it?
She wrote it.
She wrote it.
Yeah,
She wrote
He
it.
supports
Yeah.
her, and they did Juno together.
They did a lot. They've worked together a lot.
Yeah.
I had a theory that Jason Reitman's next movie after Ghostbusters will be the film adaptation of Jagged Little Pill.
I'm into it.
I mean, I don't know. I could
like
be.
it.
I hope he's listening. I hope he's like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I'm not doing fucking shit.
If you're listening, Jason Reitman, please put a Alanis Morissette track in Ghostbusters Afterlife, even if it's just for like a second on the radio.
Ooh,
I agree.
can't wait for that soundtrack. I've been listening to that GB2 soundtrack a lot lately.
It would be kind of ironic. Okay. I got kicked out. Bye, guys. It's been fun.
Before we move on from this, hold on. We got issues here.
Sorry.
You tell me.
Because I quit the podcast.
Stop moving your chair.
Stop moving the chair.
Remove the chair. I can see what it is. I was rolling over the cord.
There we go.
All right.
I'm not editing any of this out. So.
No, this is the episode where Abby's like OCD and fidgeting takes over everything.
Oh, this is that episode?
Shut up, Jay. Yes, that's what the people like. I keep it real.
Okay, final thoughts.
Real neurotic.
We're 5 months away.
178 days. I already looked it up.
Okay, GB Max.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Calm down.
178 days.
So we're 5-6 months out. We know we're gonna have another trailer. We know we're gonna have toys soon.
Yeah, we do.
What's your hype level, 1 to 10?
10 fucks. All of my fucks.
Yeah, it's 10 for sure.
Yeah, I'm at a 10. I feel kind of
10.
docile.
This
Am I
is why
docile right now? Do I seem
Well,
docile?
Dude.
That's okay though. That doesn't mean you're not excited.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't talking about ghosts. I'm just meaning like I think
Like you want to get more aggro and like in
Aggro
people's
Craig.
faces?
I'm aggro Craig.
Okay.
What if that was my new Craig Strong?
Oh, aggro Craig.
Listen, 2019 was about Craig Strong. This year, 2020, is the year of aggro Craig, and you, the listeners of Yes Have Some Podcast, can get a glowing piece of this rock for 2 payments of $29.99. Just send it to P.O. Box Aggro Craig, 123 Main Street, Atlanta, Georgia.
I feel like it's that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry Seinfeld won't get mad and his new, like the girl he's dating keeps trying to get him to get mad.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
How?
I don't know, because you're being aggro.
What is aggro?
Like aggressive.
Oh, aggressive Craig?
Yes, because he said you were docile.
Oh, I think I'm just hungry more than anything.
I think something's going on.
Is Jake still on the podcast? Real quick, before we move on to this fuck budget, did anybody get anything new this week? Any new purchases? Any new toys? Anything on display that we need to talk about?
No.
Oh
I
my
still
God.
don't think I've bought anything this year.
Yeah.
Jake, what are you waiting for?
I don't know.
I posted a picture on our Instagram of something my mom got me for Christmas. The Mystery Science Theater 3000. There's a glassware set that I got, and an oven mitt and a hat and a bottle opener.
That's
and
pretty
some
cool.
koozies. Yeah, they're real cute, so you can look on our Instagram. But
Cool.
I didn't buy them myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought some stuff. I got a lot going on. Thank you to Proton Building. Ooh, I don't know if that's the right Instagram. It is. I know it is. I'm second guessing myself, but I want to make sure that I got it right. He sent me, at Proton Building. He does the Bearded Busters art. It's like an all-encompassing Ghostbusters franchise for people with beards only. So sorry, Ab.
Yeah, I feel offended. Like I can't join.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you could. You have to have a beard.
Somebody's beard.
No, he reached out after our episode a couple weeks ago where we did our Christmas wish list, and I was talking about that vintage Leia blaster. and he sent me one.
What?
He sent it to me in the mail.
And you
It's amazing.
immediately lost it. Can we talk about that?
I did, but I found
What?
it.
It's so small. Well, it fell out.
It fell out of the little letter when I opened it. And I was like, oh, where is it? And then I was like, oh, here it is. It was on the floor. But that was extremely generous because that thing's not cheap.
No.
And he also is based in the UK. So he sent it to me all the way from Europe. That's like a whole nother place. So very thankful for that to at Proton Building.
Yeah, it was super nice because that is, like you said, a rare thing to find that goes for a lot. So
it was great. I was super happy about that. I was very excited. Other than that, I got a few more Batman animated series figures, but nothing too over the top or crazy.
No?
What does that look you just gave
Because
me?
I just need to tell everyone about Craig's brochures from these Batman animated series. He brings them around like a small child all around the house. I found them in the bathroom, in the bedroom. They keep moving. It's like the little inserts inside the toy that has like all the other toys that you can get. And I like it. I like that Craig's got his little things he carries around with him.
They're my little treats. Well, I need to know what other figures are available at any given moment of the day.
At all times.
They're my little reference sheets.
It's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jake, do you have Batman brochures?
No.
Okay.
I might have a couple that have Batman in them.
Oh, like the Kenner ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
What I think is funny is that I'm sure you've read them all the way through, but you keep going back and rereading.
I'm not retaining the information very well. Like I'm distracted by the pictures, but I have no idea what I'm looking at. What if you guys found, I can't read. I don't know. I can't read. I don't know what the pictures are.
That's why our fuck budget's always so short.
Hey.
Well, it's always 35.
All right.
You know.
Well, listen, we're going to move on to this fuck budget right now. Whose idea was this 2020 fuck budget? So it wasn't
John.
It was John.
John Yerkeba. We're in a group chat with John Yerkeba and a couple other folks, and he said that our fuck budget this week should be looking forward to 2020 and the things that are happening in the world of Yes Have Some. And I thought that was a hell of an idea. So that's what we're going to do. Before that, though, I want to let everybody know that you can find Yes Have Some podcast on Instagram and Twitter at YHS Podcasts. And of course, the official Facebook group of Yes Have Some Podcast is Yes Have Some Group Therapy. Abigail, let everybody know how they can find us.
All you have to do is log into your Facebook and search for Yes Have Some Podcast Group Therapy. You will see it pop up. It is a closed group, so ask to join it. And either Craig, Jake, or I will accept you immediately. And then you can start posting the movies that you liked the most of the last decade, or just whenever.
Or of all time.
Follow the rules. No memes. Post quality content. And
by the way, there's this new thing.
It's a great little community.
People have been doing this thing that people have caught on to the no memes thing, but now people are going, I know this is a no meme group, but this one's really good.
So if you say I know, it's like when people are like, I know this, I don't want to sound sexist, but you're like, oh, okay. I don't mean to be a bitch, but it's like, oh,
right.
Here it comes.
But what? Yeah, I don't mean to be a bitch, but get these fucking brochures off the counter. All right. You guys ready to do this fuck budget?
Yeah.
Jake, how did you feel about this?
I mean, there's some good ones on here.
It's tough, right? I wanted to make it kind of tough for you guys. Actually, Abby made most of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time I did that, I took over the episode, but now I'm just like a ghostwriter, and I wrote the fuck budget this week.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It helped me research the topics.
All right, there you go. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do if you are new to Yes Have Some Podcast.
Podcast?
That's my Power Rangers.
David Putty Podcast.
I would just an all David Putty podcast.
It's a podcast.
It's called Ask the 8 Ball.
You got to support the team.
I love it. I love that.
Cool.
All right, cool. Here we go. What we're going to do is the Yes Have Some fuck budget. And what that is I'm going to be giving Jacob and Abigail 5 topics. They have to spend fuck bucks. They each get 10 fuck bucks to spend. And they can't overspend 5 topics in pop culture movies. And in this case, this year, what we're going to be doing is movies, events, things that we're going to. I don't know. We got so much going on. This was hard to narrow it down, but I feel pretty good about this. Feel pretty good. Mm-hmm. So Abigail, Jake, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Do you consider this a game? Is this a game?
Yeah. I used to play a game.
It's not to me. It's not a game.
I used to play the allowance game when I was little with my brother and my mom. I don't know if it was exclusively a homeschool game, but it was kind of like this.
What's the allowance?
It's
game?
how you learn to like save your money and budget. But this always reminds me of doing that.
But how do you play it?
I don't know. I'd have to go look it up. It's like you do chores and then you get to like move a space ahead.
Oh my God.
Nope.
It's like selling roller skates to a neighbor. Earn $5.
That's not a game.
It's
That's
like a
not a
really
game.
boring version of Monopoly.
Okay.
That's called bribery to do work.
Yeah.
And everybody gets a game piece. Oh, looks like Abby did the dishes. You move up 2 spaces.
Yeah.
2 more
Isn't
years
that
of dishes and you'll get that
depressing?
parakeet finally.
That's why I don't like board games.
Parakeet?
Obviously.
Didn't you tell that parakeet story recently on the podcast?
I had a Reebok shoebox that I was really trying for years to save $15 in so that I could get a parakeet.
Yeah.
Never got to it though.
Well, if any,
Childhood was
will somebody please send you a parakeet?
yeah.
Just don't send a parakeet through the
Send a
mail.
parakeet. No, it'll be fine. You put a
No.
couple. Honestly, the good thing is you just put a parakeet in a box and the parakeet flies, so the box flies.
It's airmail.
That's,
This is
yeah,
so
that's
dumb.
cool.
We've crossed too
How
many
that
lines.
works.
All right, cool. Here we go. Number 1 on the fuck budget. It's a duel. 2 movies. I like this. When it comes to Black Widow and Wonder Woman 1984, Jacob Walsh,
Yes.
how many fucks do you give?
Why did you laugh when you said my name? Is it because you have an idea about how many fucks I give this?
I know how much you love women movies. Wonder Women. Wonder Women. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
There's only one Wonder Woman. We know how Jake feels about her. And me too, because I've been pretty vocal, but Jake, it's your turn.
Jake, the reason I laughed is because I know that there is a big old goose egg of fucks coming my way right now.
There is, yeah, 0 fucks.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about either one of these movies. I have kind of like felt a little. I think I might have said this. I don't know if I said this personally to you guys on the phone or if I said this on an episode, but I feel a little burned out with Marvel movies in general, and I kind of feel like I don't care what happens next. I'm not looking forward. I say that I don't care. I say that I'm not looking forward to them. I say I don't give a shit. But then also, when I go see whatever the next one is on the day it opens, I'll probably be like, that's pretty good. Like I'm sure I'll still like them, but I just don't, I'm not in a spot to care right now. I think like after Endgame, Endgame is such an ending to all of the Marvel movies so far that I would be fine just like kind of putting it away for a little while. And I think having Black Widow be the first movie that comes out after Endgame, the movie where Black Widow dies, is fucking stupid and cheap and takes away from Endgame. So 0 fucks. Also, Wonder Woman sucks. So 0 fucks.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel.
Abigail, how many fucks?
I gave this 0.5, half a fuck. And it's strictly for Scarlett Johansson because I want to see like what she did before she married Adam Driver in Marriage Story. No,
I think you're confusing your universes.
Yeah, I like her, and I think she looks like it's. I started to like Black Widow a lot more in Endgame, so I look forward to seeing this movie. I don't look forward to seeing Wonder Woman. I rewatched that trailer, and it doesn't feel like 1984 at any point.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It does not feel like it's 1984.
Yeah, at one point it looks like it's like Starcourt Mall. And yeah, the music was kind of cool, and I didn't mind the opening dialogue between Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig, but yeah, it looks like it might be kind of a dud, to be honest. But Black Widow, like I said, I'm gonna see that for sure, and I'm hoping it'll be interesting. I like the idea of exploring her past and her family. I don't think it cheapens Endgame, because like I said, that movie it made me more interested in her. So like I would like to have a little bit more Black Widow. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I kind of wish if they were gonna do this Black Widow movie, it would have come out already.
It should have.
It maybe should have.
Yeah.
I don't.
Too little, too late. A little bit.
A little bit. I mean, but I've enjoyed. Like we've watched a lot of trailers recently. I mean, they had the Birds of Prey trailer, the Morbius trailer, the Wonder Woman trailer, the Black Widow trailer. I think the Black Widow trailers have been by far the best, but I also think that Disney and Marvel make better trailers than DC. And oh boy, that Sony trailer, that Morbius trailer was something else. I don't even know if we want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's not on our fuck budget.
But it
Zero, big old zero.
It was real bad.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, the exposition, I don't know. It's just bad. I don't know. No. I'm just mumbling at this point. But it didn't make me feel good, is what I'm saying. But yeah, when I first saw Wonder Woman in theaters, I kind of enjoyed it. Haven't really thought about it much since then, and that new trailer just doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah, I think my words yesterday were that Wonder Woman felt like a hour and a half long L'Oreal commercial. Because not to put Gal Gadot down, but I would say that I don't think that she's the most relatable actress in the way that they portray her in the film.
What, Israeli military supermodels aren't relatable?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Captain Marvel over her for when it comes to like who I'd rather hang out with. So yeah, there's Wonder Woman didn't resonate with me. The story didn't thrill me. I distinctly remember forgetting the villain like as soon as I walked out of the theater. So
who was the villain in the
I don't
first
care about her
movie?
love story either. I think he was like a fiery CGI demon.
He was.
From World War One.
He was like in
Always
disguise
is.
the whole movie.
Yeah. So Kristen Wiig might be more interesting as a villain. That might be kind of fun to see on screen. But
I mean, I think she'll probably do a pretty good job. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think Wonder Woman's gonna be terrible. I'm with you guys. I just don't really care. But I am looking forward to Black Widow.
Cool.
All right, you guys ready to move on?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Number 2, Toy Fair 2020, and all of the reveals coming our way, including Hasbro Ghostbusters. They have the line, our wishes and prayers were answered. I send out thoughts and prayers to Hasbro every day for years, hoping that they would get the Ghostbusters line.
They finally listened to
They
you.
finally
Your
listened.
thoughts were answered.
I put that parakeet in a box and sent him all the way to Rhode Island to Hasbro. And it worked. Abigail, how many fucks?
Dude, I want my parakeet back. That does not sound safe. I gave this 4 fucks. I'm all about exclusive access. I'm so excited to be able to be up in New York for this and to see exhibits and meet people and network and stalk Randy from NECA. And I'm excited for the to see what Hasbro has in store for Afterlife and beyond, and what they're gonna do with the Ghostbusters license.
Beyond Afterlife?
Yeah.
That's going to be
Ghostbusters Beyond will be the next movie.
maybe.
That's if I'm
possible.
doing it, if I have anything to do with it, Eric. So yeah, that's just. I'm excited about this. I love trips. I love traveling. I'm really pumped that we have the ability to go behind the scenes and get some footage of stuff as it's being released, and that's just cool. We're all about being on the scene for like the release of things, and this is toy stuff, which is like our bread and butter. So I think it's gonna be really exciting to be there. And 4 fucks is a pretty hefty amount considering the other categories that we have are also things I care about. So 4 fucks.
There you go. Jake?
I gave it 3 fucks. I mean, I just there's not a whole lot more that I could say that Abby didn't just say. Toy Fair is something that we look forward to every year. It's always really fun to follow like Toy Arc and you know all those websites and just see all the new stuff as it's coming out. And then this year, you know, we get to be there in person and see all that stuff, and it's really exciting. And also, like, even if it's toys you don't care about as much, it's still exciting to see all the new stuff and the new statues and just everything. It's just everything. It's going to be overwhelming, the amount
I'm
of
stressed.
things that are going to be there. Yeah, it's
I'm already
stressful,
stressed.
but like,
It's like Times
it's just
Square.
going to be good,
It's going
man.
to be right outside of our door. It's going to be like walking out into Universal Studios practically. There's
There you
going to be
go.
something to do at all hours of the day, and I'm pumped.
All right, so let me add a little couple side questions here. Side quests. That's what I
Okay.
call 'em. Jake,
SideQuest sounds like a dating app.
for cheating?
Yeah.
Or something?
Side
Like,
quest?
Side quest. I met her on Side Quest. That's great. Let's write that down. Hi, this is my wife, and this is my girlfriend. Her name's Sandra. I met her on Side
Side Quest.
Quest. You have to go out and collect. It's like a game. You have to like collect diamonds and jewels to like earn enough credits to meet your side chick.
I like it.
Oh, man, we are
It's
business
when you're
people.
cheating on your like partner in a online MMO like game. It's
Yeah.
side quest.
Oh God, that's
too far.
No, what's that? Altered real life? What do they call it? Second life.
Second Life.
We've crossed the line. Jake, what is your anticipation? Like, what do you want out of Hasbro Ghostbusters? Like, I know there's been some stuff going around, but like, ideally, what is your expectation?
I want figures that stand up.
Oh yeah,
And
somebody. Wait, real quick. Did you see the guy in group therapy? He was like, "How do you guys get your Diamond Select figures to stand up?"
Acceptance that they won't.
Jake was like, "Yeah, they don't."
Well,
Jake
so
said
he
the
was-
best one. He said keep them in the box.
Yeah, he said, what do you use to keep them stand up? And I said the box they come in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I was trying to think of a really witty response, and I saw you said that, Jake, and I was like, I'm not gonna try.
I mean, that's the truth. That's more than I can ask for from any figure. I would love for them to be able to stand. Like, that sounds like I'm making a joke. But the Ghostbuster. So I opened. I don't know. Did we talk about me opening all the Diamond Select toys? I
think we
opened all my
mentioned it,
Diamond
yeah.
Select toys, and the thing, like, if you're gonna make a Ghostbuster figure, the things they need to be able to do is they need to be able to hold their wand. And they also need to be able to stand. And when you have a figure that's wearing something on its back, it throws the weight off a little bit.
Right.
So I'm just asking that maybe Hasbro is like, saw that that's an issue and just fucking fix it.
Yeah. Weighted boots or lighter weight packs or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like
Weight
fucking,
distribution.
none of them stand very well. And also, like, every Diamond Select Ghostbuster figure I have that's open where they're having a proton pack, it's like the gun doesn't stay on the fucking pack, and it also doesn't stay in their hands. So it's like it just all looks bad.
Yeah. I think the good news is that with Hasbro and their experience with like Star Wars Black Series and now Power Rangers Lightning Collection and Marvel Legends, like, they're pretty good. They got the 6-inch action figure down pat. So yeah, I agree.
And the Build-A-Figure.
That's my main thing. Like, that and good sculpts. Like, what else can you ask for?
Oh, I could ask for a lot. I could ask for. I want a new.
Well, let's hear it.
I want an Ecto one for my figures. It's been too long since we've had a good. I know we got the Playmobil one. I know there's a Lego Ecto one, and I know there's die-cast Ecto ones. But I want 6-inch action figures or 5-inch action figures or whatever the scale is, and I want an Ecto one to put them in. That's what I want.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Hey,
I don't
guess
think
what?
It's too much to ask.
I think we're gonna get one.
Yeah.
I don't doubt we will be getting Ecto one. Oh,
It's
also,
the car, man.
small ask. I want a complete reignition and relaunch of the Kenner Real Ghostbusters line. And I want them to just, I don't care about remaking old figures. I don't care about that. Although I'm sure they're going to do that and I'm going to buy them all and it'll be great. But I just want them new lines of Kenner Ghostbusters figures that go with the old ones. That's what I want.
Okay.
Maybe re-release the Ecto Glow figures because god damn it, those are expensive. Yeah, I want to. I don't think we're going to be able to handle what we're going to be getting from Hasbro. I think Hasbro is taking on this license very seriously, and if it's anything like they did with Power Rangers, it's going to be a complete line of collectors figures and a complete line of more kids-focused figures. And I think we're all in for a real treat.
Yeah, I can't wait. And more than anything, we're going to be seeing it firsthand. Like
I'm calling Abby out for
what?
Like 4 times you have said, you're like, I just love exclusive access. I love being the first one to see it.
Yeah,
we're going to be
cool.
seeing stuff nobody else is.
Well, it'll be out like the same
You're
time
gonna be like,
as us
like
seeing
they're
it.
probably Abby's like making stuff out. They're going to probably take me to a back room and show me everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to sign some documents.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to be on side quest.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Looking for the
side questing people. Well, I'm in New York for sure.
I'm very excited. And on top of that, I'm a Star Wars collector, and Hasbro's going to be putting out all their Star Wars stuff. And plus G.I. Joe. I don't think I care about that. I just wanted to say, I wanted to put that out to see if I cared. I didn't really, I didn't
Nobody
feel
bit.
like I cared.
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
Abby-
aware of it, but we don't.
Abby,
collect
say
it.
this sentence.
Yeah.
Tell me, the rumor is there's going to be 6-inch G.I. Joe figures, and I want to react to it.
The rumor is there's going to be 6-inch G.I. Joe action figures.
What? That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I care.
No, I can't care.
I felt like I might care, but I don't know.
No. We go to a convention every year it's called Toylanta now. It used to be called Joe Lanta, and there was always a room with the big, soft G.I. Joe figures. And I knew I didn't care about them when every time I walk past that room, it's like I have zero interest in it. And yeah, you go straight for the other vintage toys. It's not my thing.
But it's cool. It's big for G.I. Joe collectors.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, very excited about Toy Fair, and we'll be having as much coverage as possible. You guys ready for number 3?
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, 6-inch G.I. Joes.
Whoa.
I still don't care. I'm gonna try. My
That's
goal
the next category?
this year is to care about that
Okay.
as much as I can. Number 3, San Diego Comic-Con 2020. Yes, we will be attending Comic-Con for the first time, possibly seeing the likes of James Gunn, who was sure to be unveiling the first look at Suicide Squad. Kevin Smith always does a panel. Dave Filoni.
I was guessing maybe Dave Filoni and Jon
Favreau. Maybe. I don't know.
If you got anything like to be announced, any
possibly.
Mandalorian announcements. But that would probably be more celebration focused.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just in general, when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con, Jake, how many fucks?
Yeah. Well, I also gave it 3 fucks because this is a good fuck budget, and it's hard to balance these. And I almost gave it less than that because I almost gave it less fucks because I'm like, it's kind of not really in my radar yet. Like it's on the back burner. Toy Fair is ahead of it. There's a couple other things ahead of it, and it's just like not completely registered. You know, we haven't.
We're gonna have the Ghostbusters is gonna be out before Comic-Con.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's kind of been in the back of my head. It's not something I've been planning for or thinking about. So I was going to give it 2 fucks. But then when I read it in the email, I was like, oh, maybe 3 fucks.
Yeah.
Because I am excited for Comic-Con, and Comic-Con is one of those things that it's hard to go to. It's expensive, and it's like if you go to Comic-Con, that's kind of your big big trip.
Especially for us, it's on the other side of the country.
Yeah, all the big, all the big panels, all the big famous people are there. Depending on what movies are out, it's going to depend on who's there. But it's a big thing, and you hear about it a lot. It's like the main attraction. So I'm very excited to get to go to that.
Yeah.
I hope that I meet Kevin Smith and we strike up a real bond, and then we start hanging out. That's what I hope for.
I had an actual dream last night that we were at San Diego Comic-Con and we hung out with Harley Quinn Smith. And it was like a fun reunion.
We kind of did that last time we were in California. Almost.
Yeah, but we really did it in my dream last night. It was really cool. We didn't like do it, but it was cool.
Calm down now.
We really did it.
So can I talk about my fucks now? Or
yeah, go for it.
I gave this 4 fucks. I'm just very excited. I'm as excited about San Diego Comic-Con as I am Toy Fair 2020.
I mean, just thinking all the exclusives. San Diego exclusives.
This is all about me. This is my first San Diego Comic-Con.
No, not that. I'm talking about the toys that you can buy there.
Yeah.
The actual exclusives.
That's on my list. See, I have bullet points. First, I'm excited because it's my first San Diego Comic-Con, and it's also my first time going to San Diego. I've never been there. So I'm excited to visit and like tour. I wish the website would update the guest list and events list, but I know it's kind of far away at this point, so I sort of understand. I'm excited for the celebrity interactions more than anything. And then, yes, lastly, panels, trailers, announcements, exclusive merch. I want it all. I want all the exclusive merch.
So last year,
exciting.
Last year at Comic-Con when they did the, remember the Marvel panel? How insane it was, Jake? Like we had a thread going on Group Therapy, just reacting to all the announcements.
Yeah.
And that's where they debuted the first footage of Black Widow, and they gave everybody in the audience an exclusive Black Widow baseball hat. Do you know I almost bought that off eBay? Like the dumbest fucking thing ever. Like, oh, I really missed out on that Black Widow baseball cap. I better get one because I'm a big Black Widow fan and I love a good hat. Neither one of those things are true, but I needed it.
Now that you're talking about it, I want it.
Doesn't surprise me you did that.
I do stupid shit. Sometimes I haven't even talked about my mystery Star Wars autographs, but I'll wait till where I'm done with this fuck budget. Where you can see.
You want to bum everybody out? Keep the good energy going.
Okay. Are we done with that? We done with Comic-Con?
Yeah. I can't.
So you just wrapped up 4 days of fun in the sun into just just 10 seconds
to 4 fucks.
There
I
you
think
go.
that's a good allotment. I'm obviously super pumped. California is a great place, and I'm very excited to go there. I hope it's our second time going to California in July.
Yeah. Hey, we need to figure that out.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
Not
Us.
right now on the podcast, but maybe later.
Okay. Number 4, Mandalorian season 2 coming back to Disney Plus, confirmed to be starting in the fall. Abigail Gardner, when it comes to Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian, and all of their friends, how many fucks do you give?
I gave this 1.5 fucks because I still had a half fuck left from the Black Widow Wonder Woman category.
How dare you?
What?
Baby
It's not like
Yoda.
I didn't punch Baby Yoda. I say bring on all the Baby Yoda. I love him and I want to know more about him, and I love the relationship between the Mandalorian and him.
Did
And
you hear the
I love
rumor
last
that his
episode.
name might be George and or Lucas?
Yeah.
I hope neither one of those are true.
Lucas?
How fucked up would it be if they finally named it, like they reveal Baby Yoda's name as fucking George? Like, oh god,
No.
Baby
It's
George.
gonna be something good. And I want to see it. And I love that they brought so many like funny, talented comedic actors on the show in the first season. So I'd like to see some more of that done in season 2. And I made a little short list of people I'd like to see on the show. Number 1 being Bill Murray. I'd like to see David Cross, Bob Odenkirk, and Kristen Shaw. I think they're all funny people who would like.
I would
adapt
love to see Bob
to those
Odenkirk
characters.
playing kind of a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
That's how creative I am. What if he was like a lawyer?
Like a space lawyer.
All right, before we go any further, Jake, how many fucks?
I gave it 1 fuck.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I really like The Mandalorian, but I was just more excited about the other stuff on the list. So it got 1 fuck.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm very excited. I thought Mandalorian was like, it's weird. I think it was like better than it probably should have been. Like it exceeded all of my expectations, like right off the bat. I think that, but it's weird because when people say this is the best Star, like I guess I just don't view Star Wars in that viewpoint. I just really enjoy Star Wars. Some of it's better than others, but like I can't say that I enjoyed Mandalorian more than I enjoy like watching The Force Awakens. I think I like it equally. I thought the story unfolded pretty well over the first season, and it really started picking up over the last couple of episodes. I really like the characters. I really like Cara Dune, and obviously I like I can't wait to see what they do with Gus. What's that actor's name? Carlos Esposito? Something along those lines? Gideon.
I'm not sure.
Moff Gideon.
Space Gus.
Space Gus.
Space Gus.
Space Gus, cuss to cuss. I'm excited, man. I can't wait. And I really can't wait to see what they do with Kenobi, man. Did you guys hear the Jar Jar Binks rumors this week?
I did. I want to see him come back, especially after my like new promise for the new year to buy every Jar Jar that I see. That would mean that there's going to be a lot more Jar Jars to buy.
Was it real that he might have a beard? Or was that something somebody made up?
I like it. I hope so.
It's probably all like, I mean, it's all rumors at this point.
A bearded Jar Jar.
Part of the bearded Ghostbusters.
A hardened, like an old Han Solo version of
He's like Watto at this point.
Jar Jar?
Yeah, he'll have a hat. He's kind of nefarious. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, cool. Moving on. Number 5. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Bill and Ted Face the Music. The 3rd entry into the Bill and Ted saga is finally being released next August. Abigail Gardner, how many fucks?
Well, if you're paying any attention, you know I only have 1 fuck left, so I'm giving that last fuck to this movie. I'm excited about seeing it come out in August. I really liked the teaser image of both Bill and Ted and their daughters, like in the garage. And I thought,
that came out a couple days ago.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very special movie, like probably similar to the way the Jay and Silent Bob reboot felt like. I think there's going to be some like cool stuff, maybe a little bit of heart to it. I love Keanu Reeves and I'm excited to see him in anything. But I watched the Bill and Ted movies for the first time a couple years ago and we talked about them on the podcast. I'm excited and eager to rewatch them. I hope they finish the effects soon so that we can get a trailer because I read that was like possibly happening in the spring as soon as they're done with them. So I would love to see that trailer as soon as possible.
Yeah,
I'd give it more fucks, but this was a really hard fuck budget to do.
How many fucks?
I gave it 1 fuck. It's all I had left.
I didn't do my new trailer song yet.
You gonna do it now?
No, I don't want to. I can't be put on that.
Really want that trailer. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do it.
Somebody.
Maybe
did.
I shouldn't do it.
All right, Jake, how many fucks, man?
I gave it all that I had left, which is 3 fucks. So I'm very excited for Bill and Ted. I like Bill and Ted Bogus Journey a lot. It's very, very funny. And I like it better than Excellent Adventure. And to me, Bogus Journey is such a weird fucking, like, if you watch Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, at no point are you like, yeah, this will get a sequel. It's the weirdest fucking movie ever. Like everything, each scene is just weirder than the last. And that's what I like about, like, that's a good sequel to me. Like when a movie is so different from the first film, but still kind of maintains like the same, thread. And it makes me so happy that like, they're making a sequel to that. Like it's so dumb. Like Bill and Ted and Station and Death being a character. Dude, I don't know, man. It's hard to believe that we're getting a sequel to that. And I think the only reason it's really, really happening at this point is because Keanu Reeves has become like a mythical figure. Mm-hmm. And I think people who maybe didn't care about Bill and Ted maybe fell in love with Keanu Reeves now as he is now. And a lot of people really like the John Wick movies and maybe kind of went back and they were like, well, what the fuck is this? And now we're going to get Bill and Ted 3. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Not only are we getting that, next year we're getting John Wick 4 and Matrix 4, which are being released on the same day, which is so insane. Yeah. Why are they doing that?
Keanu Reeves Day.
Jesus.
That's what I call him. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus Reeves.
Yeah.
That's what I call
savior
him.
of the cinematic world,
I guess. Well, cool. Well, that was a fun fuck budget.
Yeah.
We have a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of good stuff coming up this year. I was trying to comb the list to see what other movies wanted to get excited about this year, but God, between Bill and Ted and Ghostbusters, I don't think I can care about anything else. Like I know Eternals comes out and, well, not really excited about Morbius. Just putting that out there. I don't even know when that comes out. When does Morbius come out?
No clue.
I'll look it up.
Like, it's not in the spring, is it? What do we think about Jared Leto?
I don't care.
After him playing July 31st, 2020.
Oh, it does come out in July. Oh, it's better get out of the way of that Ghostbusters train. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Mm-hmm. Morbius better recognize. You know what? I'm not going to
go back in your cave, Morbius.
We're going to have to see it. Just like we had to see fucking Venom on the first day. I hate that day. Yeah. I hate that day we saw Venom.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a bad day.
A bad day. All right. Well, anything else before we start wrapping up, folks?
No, I guess not.
Okay.
I'm just pumped on.
Is that it? Are we done already?
I don't know. I mean, I got more to talk about.
Yeah.
Then talk. What's up?
Well, so I bought these Star Wars mystery autographs from Topps.
Let's do it.
Here's the thing. Listen, you can watch the video on YouTube, but trust me, it's more fun to hear the story. You can see what I went through, but to hear what I went through is much more interesting. I didn't know that these were available, but basically Topps Authentics, which is the obviously Topps has made baseball cards and stuff like that forever, but they're the official autographed hub for Star Wars, and they put out these. It's basically a box with a Star Wars autographed 8x10 in it, and it's a mystery. It's a game of chance. It's a lottery, similar to a mystery mini, but instead of spending $5, you're spending a lot more than that. There's a lot of autographs that you can get, right? And that's the allure. You can get Harrison Ford. You can get Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, Ewan McGregor, and the list goes on. Well, I took my chances. I went into that battlefield, and I got 2 bullshit autographs. Let's face it. I love them.
You didn't want to say that they were bullshit when you first opened them, you wanted to
Because
convince yourself that you still were
there's
happy
nothing
with
better
them.
than rationalizing a bad decision.
No,
right?
it's the best.
That's what human beings do all the time. I was just like, oh, honestly. So the 2 autographs, I got Ashley Eckstein, who is the voice of Ahsoka Tano on Rebels and the Clone Wars. And I also got Freddie Prinze Jr., which I didn't even know it was his, as I'm staring at it like a big dummy on YouTube. I don't want Freddie Prinze Jr.'s autograph. I want Daisy. I thought I was getting Daisy. I thought I was getting Adam Driver, and I come with Freddie Prinze Jr. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I blame myself because I fucking, the
You were
night
talking
before,
about 'em.
I was talking about both of them because we were talking about how Jake was going to do an impression of Freddie Prinze Jr.'s Star Wars rant, but we're going to be talking about how, I don't remember, something about Shakespeare. And it was funny. Was it?
Yeah.
I think it was at the time. It probably wouldn't be if I tried to do it now.
Yeah. Now it'd be like, wow, they're losing steam.
Nobody knows what they're talking. Yeah.
So anyways, those are my Star Wars autographs. I don't know. Abby?
That's kind of the thrill of the pick, though, when you get autographs like that, especially if you're spending and dropping serious money.
Oh,
Don't you want to go back and get more now?
Of course.
You
I've
want the
thought
better
about it
ones?
every second of every day.
Yeah.
Because I was watching people open on YouTube, you can go see people unbox these. And this one guy, he got a dual autograph of Hayden Christensen and Ian McDiarmid.
What?
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
See, now
And
I'm like,
just to reiterate, he got Hayden Christensen and Ian McDermott in one,
on one picture.
Holy shit.
and you got
Her universe, and she's all that.
Oh my fucking
Dude, if you had told 13-year-old Abby that at some point I would have a Freddie Prinze Jr. autograph in my possession, I would not have believed you.
I should just give it to
excited.
Hal because he's such a big Scooby-Doo fan.
I like Freddie Prinze Jr.
He's fine. He's great. And he's really good on Rebels. And we're just having some fun at Freddie Prinze's expense. But if he could send me $65
And an apology.
it'd be great.
And then also film this new concept we have for YouTube where he
Yes.
talks about Shakespeare.
I do. Should we talk about the video I have? I have an idea for a video to film when we're in New York. But I don't want to spoil it. We'll talk about that off air, but it's going to be good.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The
Well,
I don't. Do I?
where
I don't.
where
No.
are these stairs?
Stop it. No. We'll tell Jake when we're not recording.
Okay. It's gonna involve. Oh yeah, we added some stuff to it. It's
God,
good.
would you just want to give away the trophy?
No.
All right. Well, cool. I guess we're done recording this podcast.
But we're gonna do a tour of famous stairs. I did it. I ruined it. I have to. I'm sorry.
Anyways.
It's gonna be fun though.
Well, listen, we got a couple fun things happening in the next couple weeks. I want to let everybody know that you can find us anywhere you find your podcasts. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, things of that nature. And as I said earlier, follow us on social media, Instagram and Twitter at YHS Podcast, where we post pictures of toys. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. I did put it on Instagram. I got my culturally insensitive Ninja Turtles figures. I've wanted them forever.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Jake, what did you think of those?
Is it wrong if I say I love them? I don't know. Like,
Being wrong never felt so right.
it's very weird that they. I mean, like that. The best part about the Ninja Turtle line was when they got really weird. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've got the official names, but it's Bandito bashing Michelangelo, Chief Leo in full Native American regalia, and then Raphael, I think, is dressed up as Davy Crockett or
Leo's
something.
going to Coachella.
And then Donatello's just a traditional cowboy, but I like them and they're
Yeah.
fun and silly. And
I knew I liked Donatello best
why?
because he's the least controversial of all of them. He's the smartest turtle. First of all,
He
I
really
like
is.
them, and I think the people like them because you got like 267 likes on Instagram.
Oh wow!
So-
I don't want to brag about all
Yeah.
those likes.
You
If
gotta
only
prove it.
likes,
So many.
if only one like equaled one prayer, then I'd be set.
Pray for these turtles.
Cool. Well, that's all I got for this week, folks. The fuck budget, that was good. Like I said, we got some fun stuff coming up, and hopefully we'll be having some more Ghostbusters Afterlife news to cover. I don't know when we're getting that second trailer, but something tells me it's going to be in March or April. So we'll be gearing up for that. And until then, man, buy some toys, come to Yes Have Some Group Therapy and talk about it. And
barge hard, live large.
What was that?
Like
what was that?
Saying. I was like trying a new saying. I did a peace sign when I said it. We'll see if that sticks.
We're not even on video this week. Who are you piecing?
Like our Ghostbusters collection.
There you go. All right, cool. For Jacob Walsh and Abigail Gardner, my name is Craig Goldberg. We will see everybody next week.
Feel free to submit your new catchphrases for the end of the show on in group therapy.
What did you just say? Say it again.
Barge hard and live large.
Oh God.
Don't do that.
Aggro Craig.
Okay.
All right, cool. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.